Hello, my name is Sofia Kanauti and I'm an academic, and this is part of a series I call Critical Distinctions in Media and Politics, where I talk about key issues that we find difficult to discern in the realm of the media and politics, the political realm that the media form for us. And I use the work of Cornelius Castoriadis, of Hannah Arendt, of Stuart Hall, of Todd Gitlin, among others. Of course, it's a crude investigation, and you have to see things in details in my published work. But the aim of these of this series is the general public, and let's say the target group is the general public and students, as they are also the source of these questions for me. Another thing I want to tackle in this series is the difference between opinion, judgment, and the truth. So I want to talk a little bit about how different opinion is from judgment, and I've talked repeatedly to classes about this, mainly using Hannah Arendt. With some students it's easier, and with some it's not that easy. But opinion is something that we actually take from the wall, we would say in Greek. It's something that comes easy to us. It's something that is personal. And the example I usually give to the students, or I have in the past, is about being a journalist, or actually any kind of professional, and how the public wants your judgment rather than your opinion. And I explain that if you are a film critic, for instance, and you go to see a film, and you are a feminist and you're a woman, and this is a feminist film, this is a personal thing that it's a personal thing that makes you want to suggest to others to see this film, to watch this film, because it's something that is close to your own heart, and it has to do with your history, with your idiosyncrasies, with your beliefs, your held beliefs. But that does not say anything about the quality of that film, and does not say anything about your judgment. Your judgment is not a personal thing, it's a public thing. It's based on your research, on your knowledge, on your efforts. It's based on public and political values. It's based on standards that are common to others as well, not just you, but to others who would go and watch that film. And of course, personal interest goes with opinion in that account. And if you're paid to give a good review, very soon others will realize that you're not a good reviewer if you're just doing that instead of using your judgment as it has been formed with a lot of effort. Yeah. So the difference between the two is very important to have in mind, not only in the case of the student that I talked about earlier in another segment, who defends her opinion as though it's something sacrosanct, because on its own opinion is kind of weak. It's got no basis that others can see, so it doesn't have visible basis because it is a personal thing. So in order to bring something to the table and to start defending it, you have to have the basis that is your research and your effort. Yeah. So but the danger of not discerning between the two is also present, for instance, in something that I remember from, I think it's a McChesney book, and it is about the media, and it's an edited collection, and it's a McChesney essay, and it starts with this incident in 2000, I think, or 2001, there was a meeting of the International Monetary Fund and the World Trade Organization and other bureaucracies, I would say, in Washington, D.C. And there was a journalist covering the protests, because there were protests. And the journalist, singular, goes to a protester, a girl, and he starts asking her, so why are you here? In the rain. It was raining heavily. And the girl starts talking about how she opposes this and that and the other policy of the IMF and the World Trade Organization, and why. And the journalist just takes away the camera, and he talks to the camera then, and he says, everybody has their opinion. So it's very easy, if you don't know your rights, and we'll come back to rights. If you don't know your rights, if you don't know your concepts, if you don't know your words, it's very easy that something that is your judgment, and that was the judgment at that point of the girl, because she was informed and she was educated and she had thought about these things. So it's very easy for your judgment to be dismissed as mere opinion, because your opinion is not as strong and as full a right as your judgment is. In order to be free, you have to be active, you have to work, and that comes from Pericles, and it comes from Castoriadis, echoed in Castoriadis. So we have to remember that you can't really substantiate an opinion that you just have because you're human. We have human rights, but they're not self-evident. They're not to be taken for granted. And in order to be able to defend them, you have to build on your judgment. You can't just expect your opinion to be respected unless you are in a political realm, unless you move away from the personal and you enter the political with all the strength that education and studying and efforts and all kinds of things can give you, all kinds of results of your efforts can give you. Thank you.